Hey, what it do? You have come to Life Skills for a Lifetime. And that's me. I'm down at the bottom there, Michael Gray. My Instagram, my email. Please contact me for any advice you might need or materials, curriculum, anything. I'll get it. I'll get it out to you. That's all you got to do is hit me up. Today, big one, depression. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. This is the research that I used for this depression pamphlet. And I say pamphlet meaning if you email me or go into the Google Classroom, which you'll see later on, or DM me in the Instagram, I'll send you a PDF of this pamphlet or any other, like I said, materials that you think will help you or know will help you. All right. Let's start. Depression. I'm over here with the blue star. There are real reasons to feel like you're feeling, like no doubt. All right. Unfortunately, we tend to stay stuck in those feelings and feel like those feelings are who we are. But I'm here to share with you in this lesson that there are real solutions. Okay. I am not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I am both a school counselor and a teacher, and I teach mental health classes all day long. And in addition to that, I run what we call the Care Center at Poly High School, where typically each year I'll have 1,200 students or more, plus parents, plus staff members who come through for mental health assistance. Okay. And this pamphlet is a mix of understanding, of encouragement, and for real, you can get better. You're going through a really difficult time. So as you keep going down from the blue star down in the dark box, it says sometimes when you're in a dark place, you really think you've been buried and it feels like it. You can feel it on your shoulders, right? But actually, you've been planted, and I want to show you how that works. Throughout this pamphlet, when you get the PDF, you just click on the YouTube link. But if you don't want the pamphlet, you can just use this video that you're watching to help you understand what to put in the YouTube search bar. So for this particular video, all that we share, we feel like we're so alone when I'm in depression, and or what I'm going through, or just who I am. We just feel like there's no one else like us, or that we're, like I said, we're all alone. And it's not true. This video is a good helper to understand that we put ourselves in a box, and a lot of times we put other people in boxes, and that's not where we belong. All right. We have a lot more in common than we do separate, and we can really help each other. Okay. So you would just put in Together Tuesday, all that we share. Now I'm up to the yellow star in the middle. And we hear a lot about the word trauma. Trauma is a fancy word for pain. I'm going through pain. And it can come from all sorts of areas. But included in the trauma of life, a lot of times we think it's an incident that happens, or some assault, or my parents, or abuse, which are all true, right? But guess what? Racism equals trauma. Sexism equals trauma. Homophobia equals trauma. Poverty or economic issues, that equals trauma. Having to move all over the place for shelter, that's trauma. All right. And once again, this is coming from a place of understanding, and saying someone can't be sad because someone else may have it worse. That's just like saying someone can't be happy because someone else might have it better. That's not cool. False equivalencies do not work. They're not cool. And they hurt. When you think you might be trying to help, or put some sort of silver lining on something, don't do that. Okay? Now I'm here at the green star. I'm colorblind. It's so funny that I put colors. But anyway, the green star in the middle of the middle column. Do not keep your feelings to yourself. You need to let them go. You need to get them off your chest. I guarantee you have a friend or a teacher or a counselor or a parent or someone, or I put a hotline right here. We will listen to you. And not only listen, but we will help. All right? Do not keep it to yourself. Now, having said that, sometimes people let it out, right? But then they're continuously talking about whatever their situation is. And the more that you keep talking about it and reliving whatever the trauma is, the more that it becomes part of like who you are. And that's not cool. That's a recipe for constant depression, clinical depression, okay? I'm going to keep reading in the middle. No matter how difficult life seems, there are many things that you can do to start feeling better today. And I'm going to keep saying do, like you can do. There are actions you can take. Depression is more than just sad and irritable. It's an intense feeling of hopeless and helpless, right? And to some extent, so many people have been there. They just made decisions and they took actions to not stay there. All right. So in the next to last paragraph, count how many times the word feelings has been used already. In this pamphlet, feelings are used over and over again. Why? Because that's a lot to do with depression. Being stuck in my feelings, being stuck in my emotions, staying stuck in the past. All right, so we're going to work on behaviors and actions that are more powerful than feelings. All right, and lastly, in the bottom, in the middle, having depression, being depressed, it's not a sign of weakness. It's not a character flaw. You're not whack. Having depression does not have to be a permanent way of life, though. All right, so I'm in it. That doesn't make me like weak. It doesn't make me messed up. All right. It just means that's where I'm at. All right. But again, it does not have to become permanent. So let's go up to the orange star. These are some symptoms, some depression signs and symptoms. And it's more than just feeling sad, okay, or irritable, like I said. It's constantly feeling irritable, sad, or angry. Nothing seems fun anymore. You feel bad about yourself. You feel worthless. You either sleep too much or you sleep not enough. You use alcohol and or drugs to try and change the way you feel. And I'm going to explain that in the next slide. You have unexplained headaches, other physical pains, depression, anxiety, those two, plus other stuff, living in stress all the time, a heightened awareness of what's going on, that compromises your immune system. And when your immune system is compromised, you start feeling dis-ease, which is disease, which they manifest into physical situations. Okay? Keep going. Anything and everything makes you cry. You're extremely sensitive to criticism. It's really hard to focus. You have trouble concentrating. You have trouble thinking straight and remembering things. Again, you feel helpless. You feel hopeless. And you think about death or suicide. And once again, if you are in that situation, you definitely need to talk to someone right away. And here's a hotline to call. All right. So all those things that I read, it doesn't mean you have to have all of them. But if you have one or more, then that's possibly, you're going through depression right now. So what I want you to do is, like, again, every time I come to where there's a video, pause this video that you're watching and then watch the video that I'm asking you to watch, which is, this one is 1 Minute for Life Dealing with Pain, down here at the bottom box. Such a good video. So pause and watch it and then come right back. So here's another version of what I showed you in the 1 minute for dealing with pain. Right? In the yellow diamonds, man, these are all the different things that happen in our lives that can cause pain, starting at the top and going clockwise, like anti-LGBTQ policies, money challenges, relationships, having a place to stay, my family going up. You see grief, pain, and grief, sadness, and loss all kind of go together. And they have a lot to do with what we're talking about today: depression, trauma, sexism, racism. That's a lot to deal with. And as you can see, we try to deal with it a lot of times by closing off our heart. And as you follow the 1, 2, 3, 4 of this page, it's like we think if we close off our heart that we're not going to feel fear or hurt or pain or sadness anymore. All right? And that's not true. Look at number 3 down at the bottom. When we close off our heart, there's still going to be pain, still going to be suffering, still going to be sadness, right? But because we've closed ourselves off, we have an inability to feel happiness and joy and fun and excitement, right? And life is about taking those joys and happy times, so on and so forth, and creating basically a savings account of joy. Because life has a lot of difficulties. So when I'm going through something difficult, I have that savings account that I can take a withdrawal from and use to help me through my difficult times, right? So when I armor up my heart and when I try and numb myself to the world, guess what? I just want to feel something. That's when folks cut a lot of times, okay? Because that allows me to feel, as opposed to just opening up my heart and getting good or better, maybe not good, but getting better at dealing with difficulties, dealing with pain, right? And opening up my heart so I can see opportunities, so I can live in gratitude, so I can serve others, so that I can have fun, right? Using drugs and alcohol. It's like an attempt to solve a problem, even cutting. Like, I'm trying to solve a problem by doing those things. That doesn't make me a bad person when I'm drunk. It doesn't make me a bad person when I'm high, all right? Or when I'm cutting, self-harming. It means I'm trying to solve this problem that I'm going through. But the issue is those are not good ways. They're not sustainable ways to solve your problem. They result in even more destruction. They result in even more pain and hurt. Okay? So what's the alternative? The alternative is on the second page of this pamphlet. All right? So up at the blue star, so this would be the back page or the second page of the pamphlet if I send it to you. Keeping stuff to yourself, isolating yourself, it doesn't work. A lot of times we don't want to be a burden to people. Like, we don't want to, put our problems or our challenges onto other folks. So we keep it to ourselves, and that's exactly the opposite. All right. We feel like we're the only ones going through this. I just finished a lesson on accurate thinking. And the big thing that our brain does, a big thing that our mind does, is it turns something that is, like, for real difficult or painful, right? And it makes it like it's never going to get better. It's what our brain does, okay? And then we don't even think straight. All right. So as I keep going down, remember, many people struggle with what you're dealing with. And it is difficult to open up. All right. So once again, I don't want any of us to keep replaying the cause of your depression, of your pain, and over and over again. But you got to get it off your chest. There's no shame in whatever happened to you. It's not your fault. Okay? Something was done to you. It's not your fault. Something, that life threw at you. It's not your fault. Okay? But the difficult part is it's your responsibility to move through it. However, you don't need to go through it alone, and in fact, don't go through it alone. All right? You got to get it off your chest to a parent, a friend, teacher, counselor, pastor, family member, someone. So it's counterintuitive because when you're feeling down, you want to just keep it to yourself. You don't want to be bothered. But what's really important is that you do the opposite of how you're feeling and go to someone. Okay. Everyone that I've worked with over the years, I've been an educator for 36 years, that when they get it off their chest, they feel better. And then when you start learning how to take actions to move through the depression, then you feel even better because now you have power over your life. When you're stuck in here, you like where you're depressed and like you're feeling powerless. You're feeling like a victim. All right. And I'm not saying it, like I said, it's not your fault that it happened to you. And I'm not trying to put it all on you, but I need you to understand that you can make it through this. It is your responsibility to get through it, but not alone. It's a team effort. We have to lift each other up. Okay. At the bottom in the little meme thingy or whatever. Stop keeping track of the mistakes you made. It's time to forgive yourself. Self-empathy, forgiveness, super huge, right? Super huge. Now we're going to get into some actual strategies and actions that you can take. One is the power of breath work. All right, I have a breathing lesson. Man, breath work has everything to do with how we're feeling. And it's the quickest state changer, meaning like I can go from feeling one way to the other simply through my breath. All right, and this is a 4-7-8, this particular one, but I encourage you to go to Together Tuesday. Breathing is mental health, and it's a dope lesson. It's a dope video to go through. This one is you inhale for 4. You don't have to be perfect on this. Through your nose, and then you hold it, and then you exhale slowly. All right. A lot of times when I'm going through depression, I might sleep too much, but it's hard for me to sleep because I'm thinking about whatever it is that's causing my depression. So breath work helps you kind of gain focus so that you can start thinking more accurately, which is another lesson. Together Tuesday, accurate thinking, super amazing lesson. For energy, it's in the orange box by the green star. I think green. For energy, you inhale deep for 5 seconds and then exhale with a whoosh. Like this, you go. You do that for 30 seconds. You don't need a Monster. You don't need a Red Bull. You can elevate your energy through your breath work. Man, and you put 5 push-ups on that. At the end of that, man, here's some more stuff. Down here by the orange star, I believe. Yes. Spend time with friends and good people that are active, upbeat, and understanding. Next, get involved in positive activities that you enjoy, or maybe with the ones that you used to like. Don't wait to feel like it. There's that feel word again. Don't wait to feel like it. Take action. Do it. Actions create feelings, or lack of actions create feelings. When I'm moving, when I'm working, when I'm doing stuff with my friends, so when I'm serving others, those actions keep me from being stuck in my problems, my pain, okay? Because I'm serving others, right? And it makes me feel good. It makes other people feel good. My lack of action, however, not doing anything, staying stuck in my feelings, right? That creates feelings. And those feelings are typically not good. Third, spend time, I just kind of said it, spend time in service to others. Help others by volunteering for a cause you believe in. Make a gratitude list. Call people. I do at least 3 a day, but call one person a day and tell them how much you appreciate them and why. No attachments to it. You don't want nothing from them. You're just like, I just needed to call you, or text you or DM them and say, you know what, I appreciate you because, boom, fill in the blank. It's incredible. Lastly, in the middle by the orange star, be aware of what type of social media internet information you're consuming. If you're mindlessly scrolling through stories, that's not helpful. Comparing and competing, it steals your joy. Like getting caught in your feelings because someone's doing well or better than you or whatever, doesn't work. Okay? And if you're consuming a bunch of negative information and you can figure out whatever negative is to you, I know what it is to me, that feeds what my brain will normally do, which is look for danger, look for warning, ruminate on the bad that's been going on in my life. Ruminate means I'm staying stuck there. That's what I keep thinking about. All right. Now I'm up to the last category, the last column by the pink star. There's another YouTube video, lift each other up to make real change. Man, that gives you such a good template for how to create gratitude, living in the power of gratitude, the power of living in gratitude. Man, and then right by the pink star this is a big one. Mind, body, spirit connection, or mind, body, source of strength connection if you're not spiritual. Okay? Your mind, you got to gain knowledge every day. The breath work, meditation, if you want to elevate the breath work a little bit. Having a morning and evening routine. I'll talk about that in a second. Going over to the pink box, your body. Drink water. Eat your fruit and vegetables. Exercise at least 10 minutes a day. It could be 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. It doesn't matter. And get your sleep at least or as close to 8 hours as you can. But the type of sleep that you wake up feeling rested. It's not like the amount of hours so much as it is, do you feel rested when you wake up and ready to go? And then at the top, spirit, source of strength, building community, not isolating yourself, watching, reading, listening to stuff that inspires you, motivates you. What gets you going? What gets you in a good frame of mind? You got to do it. You got to do it because once again, the default of our brain is to look for negatives, is to highlight negatives, is to amplify negatives. And that keeps us alive. So that's dope. All right. However, staying there, that doesn't work. And when you've gone through something painful, super painful, right, that just adds to it. So we've got to work our way through it. We've got to work our way out of it. Now, here's the routine that I talk about, especially your morning routine. How do you start your day? You can do this super simple, and there's videos in the Together Tuesday YouTube channel. That's a channel of the peer counselors at the Care Center and me have put together over the last 4 or 5 years. Super dope content in there. Each of the videos has little questions, meaning a small amount of questions that you can use for journaling or family discussions or group discussions, friend discussions, classroom discussions. They're dope. So how do you start your day? You want to wake up, you want to drink your water, you want to practice gratitude, you want to do a little bit of exercise, do your breathing, and mentally rehearse doing your best for the day. How can you be at your best today? Not perfect, but at your best. All right? Second, when you daily take care of your mind, body, spirit, you're creating a foundation, right? And use the little illustration up above with the triangle and the pluses greater than division. And as it says, let's go back up to that picture. Stronger together equals mind, body, spirit being fed every day. Every day, equally, no exceptions. You can't fall off of any of those. If you're not drinking enough water, you don't feel right. If you don't feel right in your body, you're not going to think right. If you don't think right, you're not going to do right. Okay? In my mind, if I'm not gaining real knowledge every day, man, if I'm not practicing my breathing, I'm off. If I'm not feeding my spirit or my source of strength every day, I'm off. Okay? If I'm not getting enough sleep, I'm off. What do you eat? I'm in the middle of the last thing here on this page. What are you reading? What are you listening to? Are you gaining knowledge that's going to actually help you grow? Learn the power of living in gratitude. I talked about it earlier in the lesson. Do your breath work, right? Learn how to meditate. Man. And that's in the breathing is mental health. Breath work is mental health. That's in that video. Like there's really good videos to help you learn how to meditate. Super simple, not crazy, not weird, not long. Man. Do you read, listen to, watch to inspiring or written work or videos or music each day? And get your regular sleep, especially between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Really, you want to extend it from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Those 6 hours, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., is when your body best repairs itself, when your brain helps clean out all the toxins, your body cleans out all the toxins, your human growth hormone comes out. Man, and it's when, like, stuff that you learn during the day, like watching this today, right? So you're learning it. At night, when you sleep properly, your brain is at work making it easier for you to remember what you learned today. But if you don't sleep properly, man, that's why it's hard to remember stuff. That's why it's hard to focus, okay? So, that's it. Like, really go through this video. Here's the first page. This is what depression is. Why armoring up your heart doesn't work. Why trying to numb yourself to the world doesn't work. And then these are really good actions to take, whether it's breath work, exercise, okay, living in the power of gratitude, right? What are you eating? What are you drinking? So on and so forth. And lastly, I'm asking you guys to help me make your school elevate mental wellness skills equal to academics. We have to force the education system to do what's right and to switch its focus from purely academics, okay, and with some social emotional learning is what they call it, some emotional intelligence, like barely, just enough to check off the box. No, man, we need equal time for this stuff. Because truth be told, as you move into your adult life and into your career, owning your business, whatever it is that you're choosing to do for your passion, what you want to do, the skills of emotional intelligence, of mental wellness are much more valuable to you than anything to do with pre-calc and anything like that. Not to put down math. We got to get good grades. However, so we need to also learn mental wellness skills, okay, emotional intelligence skills. There's the YouTube channel. Hit that up for a lot more content. And if you want any of the PDFs, you can hit the Google Classroom. That's the code with your Gmail, right? Or you can email me or Instagram DM me, like whatever, float your boat. I got you, for real. We can do this, 57 million pre-K through grade 12 public school students. We can do this, okay? All right, I got you. Appreciate you. Love you for real. Take care. Peace.